Aloha! Welcome to Grand Finals. Y'all thought the feast was done with the beans. But now, no title is taking on Luau. Alias, what can you tell me about this squad they're facing off against?
Honestly, not much.
I see. But we can say what the map mode combo is to start off this best of 7 set. Remember, we ain't got bracket resets here. It is Calamblitz on Humpback Pump Track. Close quarters, all-out chaos, all-out warfare. Shout out Battlefield.
I was wondering where you were going with that. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump right into game 1. As Bash said, Calamblitz on Humpback Pump Track. I'm excited to watch some gameplay. This is Grand Finals of Swim or Sink. Let me check the number real quick. It's 31, right?
Ooh, we got the squeezer though. Luau thinking they might celebrate early, pop the champagne. Well, this ain't Formula 1. This is Splatoon. So you gotta fight before you can get some of that champagne. And right away, the roller trying to go to work, and they trade like the NASDAQ. Oh, but that wasn't a trade. That mini splatling just let it rain like a Sacramento winter. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're ready for an offensive attack as well.
No pity required, but the carrier was cornered. And no titles got armor. And a Brella to boot. I don't even think they used their pity clam. That's still active. They might jump on it. And they got bubbles, but that bomb rush might have something to say about that. They are jumping back. And that's going to be the end of that push. But they made it pretty even. They're going back and forth. They're having a real conversation with their guns right now.
Yeah, excellent counter special right there coming out from the Neo Splash-O-Matic on the side of Luau. Just that probably could have scored a lot more points if that special wasn't there. And Luau just managing to hold on defense, and just like that, they're right back into the aggression side. They're gonna go ahead and get the power clam. Can't get the bubble pop in time, so they will have to fall right there. And Luau might not be able to get anything else off this push as another member goes down. Currently just in a bad situation right now. The barrier goes back up, so they do work through a little bit of that penalty points. They will be able to score some more points with a power clam now. But yeah, no title going back on offense. This might be able to get a. They might be able to get a push going here. They do have 2 power.
Oh, there
clams.
it is.
They're gonna get.
Oh, they missed. Oh, but they got it back. Yeah, no, I was about to say no title had to make sure Luau rather had to make sure their defense was on point, so they could counterattack, make up the rest of those penalty points and get more points on the board. But now they're the ones on the back foot after that crazy double power clam, miss it and throw it back type situation. No Title was just so lethal on the offensive end that they were allowed to make that miss and just keep a straight face because they knew they were going to get it in anyways. And now we got lobs from that bucket, and Luau is just standing still right now, not really able to find any opportunities to score.
Yeah, that was a good jump by the Neo Splashmatic, getting out of a situation that almost spelled certain death right there. However, they are going to have to find a way to push up. No Title with a power claim of their own. Luau only with the pity claim and just now finding a power claim as well. There are a lot of claims to use, but not a lot of space to work with.
Ooh, the bubble direct hit.
Yeah, that was a good direct hit right there, but the barrier goes down in the process, and No Title putting even more on the board, continuing their feast, down to only 20 points remaining. A trade right there going to let No Title keep going. No clams in the immediate vicinity. They're trying to get a couple more. They get one more to keep the basket open for a little bit longer, but Luau will still be able to get that pity claim as well as the power claim that they have right now. They have only the one special to work with in this overtime scenario, but after
they
that
could still try something.
No Title, they might be able to get it open.
Ooh.
They do lose the power clam though. Only the pity clam easily.
Oh, but they pick it back up. They pick it back up. Oh, there's another one. It's do or die. Go for broke. Oh my goodness. So clutch. Yeah, nah, speed worked in their favor that time. That was like the buzzer beater right there. That was crazy. They just shaved the lead off in record time. Like originally I was going to criticize them because they were just going into things too quickly, right? They were rushing like Moscow. But nah, like eventually they picked themselves back up, and all it took was just lining up the specials and lining up the picks just right, that they were just able to walk into the territory of No Title and give them no win for this first game.
It was a weird scenario because what Luau did in retrospect makes a lot of sense, but it didn't look obvious to either one of us as it was happening. What they did was they sent in their squeezer with a clam, and instead of immediately dunking the clam after the basket got broken open, they're just like, okay, we know we have the carbon in the area. Let's just go ahead and set up the bubbles and set up a jump, because I don't think they'd used their pity clam, or they had another somewhere else. But they were able to just go ahead and set up the bubbles. The carbon dunked the power clam that happened after the squeezer went down, and then another pity clam or another power clam was escorted in via super jump, and that was the one that won Luau the game, and neither of us saw it coming.
Well, we'll have to see how much more or less predictable this next match is, because we are on King of the Hill, or rather King of the Hole, Splat Zones on Anchovy Games. And it looks like the loadouts are pretty similar from before, but it's a lot more passive this time because there's not a lot of movement and diving into the end zone of the enemy. You just got to stand your ground. So we'll see if those Splatlings can go to work, or the Splatling on the side of Luau, rather, holding the back line and just keeping that zone painted. Right now, it looks like they were briefly able to paint something, but No Title got the clap back, and oh my goodness, yeah, no, they're just letting their guns speak for them right now, huh?
Yeah, it's interesting. When I think like a weapon that I would expect both teams to bring, normally I think, okay, I could see both teams like bringing an N-Zap, or for something like this, I could see both of them bringing a Fire Fin. No, the weapon of choice for both teams is the mini Splatling.
Yeah.
Supporting it, both teams also bringing that foil squeezer as well. Neither team with armor, it looks like. You've got the mini, the Tentabrella, you've got, and the foil squeezer and the Explasher on the side of No Title. And the mini, the Neo Splash-O-Matic, the foil squeezer, and I think that's the Kenza Rapid Blaster as well.
Oh my goodness.
On the side of... Oh, that's No Title's.
No Title, what are you doing?
No, that is Luau's loadout.
Yeah, but nah, I mean, like, neither loadouts are really built for durability. They're trying to go for distance and for speed, and it looks like No Title has been accomplishing that because they are just diving into enemy territory after getting that zone painted. Just now, Luau is able to repaint using those bubbles that they've saved up, but not before No Title was able to just shave off points like crazy.
Yeah, a really good use of the baller, which normally isn't necessarily the best special for trapping the zone, but it was able to just immediately detonate the bubbles and just provide a nice takeover. But No Title answering right back, taking control of the zone again before Luau's even out of the penalty points.
Yeah, no,
just holding on to it.
Just like that, No Title is back on their business again. They are not letting Luau breathe for a single minute. No oxygen to be found. We're in deep space. This is a vacuum. Somebody call Dyson. Oh, but the baller. Yeah, no, Luau has their moments. I like that sequence, following up with the Splatling, and now the, oh my goodness, but that's a near wipe. That's the 3-piece from whoever did that. No Title. Yeah, sometimes they have to retreat, but they make sure that they put themselves in the right position to just clap back with absolute fury and absolute aggression. And now they're extending again, almost out of the penalty as well.
Yeah, I liked what Luau did with sending multiple members to deal with like 1 or 2 players on No Title, because Luau's been having a hard time finding the picks that they need. But that also left the zone right open, and No Title was able to hold onto it, and it looks like they're just going to keep holding onto it. Bubbles coming out, finding one, and No Title find their first game of this grand final set. 1-1.
Yep. Yeah, no, that was dominant. Like, No Title clapped back with a vengeance. They shaved so many points off. Like, oh my goodness. Just all the hair off the head is what they did. But now, tower control on Manta Maria. So we're back to close quarters. We're back to a little bit more aggression. We'll see if
these 2 teams we ever left close quarters aggression.
That is true. That is true. Like Anchovy game. I mean, there was a lot of distance on Anchovy game, and No Title was able to just go forward with it. But yeah, no, this one is just on another level. All the tight corridors everywhere. I think Luau could bring this one back, but it would really depend on their ability to stay safe, because once they let their guard down for a moment, No Title just ruins them.
I will say, it's sort of a double-edged sword, having Game 3 being on Manta Maria right now, where Luau a lot of times seemingly couldn't deal with No Title's rapid aggression. So having tower control means that they can afford to slow the game down, just because tower moving at a set speed means it's not like Rainmaker where a game could be over in an instant. But at the same time, Luau's win did come on like a very spur-of-the-moment play. So it's one of those things where Luau can't really have their cake and eat it too. They'd like to be able to counter No Title's aggression, but in doing so, they're suffering from having to give up a little bit of their own aggression here. So we get into Game 3 on Manta Maria.
Yeah, it is hard to fight fire with fire on certain map mode combinations, but we'll see what Luau is able to bring out. It looks like we're getting a good bit of that range from that sloshing machine, but it's been taken out with haste, and oh my goodness, just the blaster from Luau is just cleaning house, or at least it was cleaning house for a little while. Now the players are starting to spawn back in, and the tower still has not really been touched that much.
Yeah, both teams opting to not bring back their minis. No Title, just replacing it with the Nzap T-Tech combination that we saw earlier. Luau opting to replace their mini Splatling with its older brother in the Nautilus. And currently that Inkjet looked to be a bit effective, but it's going to get taken out right there. No Title, it's down to a 1v1 as Luau hops on the tower and then immediately pops the baller. Luau is able to stop No Title from taking checkpoint 1, and one of the weirdest fashions I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was a crazy 1v1. It was almost like we were on shipment, but we're on a ship. So it's a little different right here. Luau trying to push further. They're already on checkpoint 1. That blaster just being a really good deterrent for anybody trying to flank because of all that splash damage. The blaster going for a 2-piece right there. Yeah, no, Luau is just dancing all over no title at this point.
Yeah, I actually think I really like the usage of the K Rapid on this map specifically, just because of it allows you to clear the corners a little bit easier than you would with some other weapons, while also being able to clear it out with the torpedo if necessary. There are some of these gaps where you might not want to take the close-up fight, but you can take it a little bit more easily just by throwing out the torpedo. And then we've already seen the baller get used a couple of times just as a nice stalling tactic coming out from Luau. And currently they're being rewarded for this change of pace gameplay by with a 51-point lead.
Yep. We'll have to see if no title can keep this. I mean, if Luau rather can keep this up, and if no title can try to swing it back. I think the whole setup of Manta Maria is actually benefiting Luau a little bit more, mainly because they're able to keep Sentry, but they're not wide open and subject to just the storm that no title brings. If we go into another map mode where it's just wide open space, we'll have to see if Luau changes the composition in order to better meet no title's aggression. And as well, if we go to another map like this, we'll also have to wonder if no title will try to do things differently as well. There's just this whole dynamic between weapons and ranges and map placement that's going on between these two teams, and it's really interesting to watch.
Yeah, especially with neither of these teams having the conventional backline, which is something we've brought up earlier. Luau can really afford to benefit from these closer spaces instead of this like longer range environment that you might find on some other maps, just because they don't really have a weapon that can take advantage of those environments as well. So putting them more up close and personal, where they can just bring on you from wherever they deem necessary, has just really benefited them and their comp in general.
100%. As we approach the 1 minute mark, we'll have to see if Luau is still able to keep no title where they want them. Trying to give no title no quarter right here, as we see a really nice dime. Two players just working together to pick off the attacking members of no title. And no title trying to approach, using that tent umbrella for cover again. We'll have to see if that works out in the future, but right now Luau is just concentrating fire both in front of and behind the shield. So they're going to have to come up with a slightly better approach. Actually, no, it looks like they're pulling it off. But with elevation like that, that shield can only go so far.
Yeah, and the problem is the push is happening really slowly. Luau just able to keep drawing out the time with two members down on the side of no title. Anger needs to do something right here to try and get themselves out of this situation. They are going to pop the hammer. Luau just holding on to the tower right now, though, and with the Kenzer Rapid Blaster right there, it presents a unique problem where Luau can just shoot down from the top, and right now they're just picking up members of the tower. Only one left on the tower, but they'll get knocked off.
Sumo wrestling them to end the third map. Luau taking it. But no, that two-piece was brilliant. That blaster was going to work the entire map. Crazy stuff.
Just a very solid game that time from Luau. And after the first two games where it felt like they were losing for most of the time, Luau responds very dominantly, and combined with their shocking Game 1 win, they only need 2 more games.
Yeah, but of course, no title only needs 3, which is just 1 more than 2. So
that is true.
It definitely isn't over yet. It definitely isn't over yet. So, Rainmaker on Snapper Canal, though. See, I don't know, like, given what we know about these teams and how they operate best, I'm not sure who has the edge on Snapper Canal, on Rainmaker no less.
I feel like this is another map that might benefit Luau if they can sort of, because the one thing I worry about is it's Rainmaker and anything can happen in Rainmaker. Like, no lead is safe in Rainmaker until you've KO'd the thing. But this is also one of those maps where it feels like Luau might be able to pull something off that like something along the lines of what we saw at the end of Game 1, where they could get just a very, like, they could get a good push going, and I don't know if No Title would be able to deal with it in the same way. But on the flip side, No Title has been playing just as aggressive, if not more, and a closer map like this that also provides a lot of open space to work with at times could be a problem.
It could be.
Yeah.
It really depends on whether or not No Title is able to get their shots off and just stay together as a group and put themselves in a position where they're able to overwhelm multiple members of Luau. But as we can see right now, Luau is spread out. They're taking multiple routes. Yeah, no, don't want to be going the same way and risk getting double eliminated. Gotta deal with that sloshing machine, throwing that soda can out.
Yeah, and here we see another just completely new weapon on the side of Luau. They're going to be bringing the Sploosha-matic out. But it's not working out too well. A lot of members going down from Luau, going to spawn just in time to help counter this push. But still, No Title getting it a long way down, only 18 points remaining, and still some members down on the side of Luau. No Title will almost have a full team wipe, if not a full team wipe, in the process. I believe they eventually got the delayed wipe, though. So Luau has a chance to respond back, and we're going to keep doing so. They do have two specials at the ready, but one of them's the baller, and the other one is a bomb rush, and I'm not sure how beneficial those are going to be.
Yeah, you gotta time those a certain way. Maybe if you want to intercept a flank from one of these sides, but No Title has got a lot of specials of their own, so they're gonna have to be real careful about how they do this.
Yeah, I think the bomb rush might actually be stuck. It's not the Rainmaker. The junior's carrying the Rainmaker, so never mind. The baller right there going to go ahead and take out a double.
Just went right in their face, and just to cap off the 3 down on the side of Luau. These No Title is just putting their specials to work. They're racking them up really, really quickly, and then just putting Luau in a position where they're just like a deer in the headlights.
I thought the Explosion was going to try and go around right there, and that would have been something. They opt not to, and the Rainmaker goes down anyways, so the opportunity is a bit lost. No Title opting to retreat a little bit. Luau going to grab the Rainmaker and keep pushing it forward. They might have something here. There's a lot of members in front, and the Bomb Rush is going to help take that space. Rainmaker going up, getting it all the way down to 23, but there are still players in the area to push up, but the ultimate is going to shut stuff down.
Only 1 point. Yeah, no, that was a really nice flank, and now, yeah, they're too far away to do anything. That was a really good attempt, but as well, very well done from No Title, knowing exactly how to engage at different distances, putting themselves in the right position, getting the right vantage point, and just putting shots on target. These teams just going back and forth offensively throughout these different matches is really exciting to see. But now, Luau was doing to No Title when No Title was doing to them. Having the Rainmaker carrier in the corner and just intercepting. The question is, can they take the Rainmaker for themselves? It looks like they're going to try to just let it reset, and that might be the smart thing to do because, oh, wait.
No, they had 3 down and are trying to get this one player down on the short side right there. I thought they were going to try and go around the side right there, but they aren't. They're going to try and push it up the middle. 2 players left, though, and the Rainmaker is going to get shut down as the junior can't quite go out on the head. So
yeah, that's why you got to be careful when you approach.
Yeah, Luau almost has had a couple of good they've had a couple of good pushes. They just are almost in the working category.
They're keeping it close. I mean, right now, like, advantage does seem to be on the side of No Title, but it's not that much. Yeah, just letting that torpedo go to work after shaking it up, telling the members of No Title to take the Pepsi challenge, and now they are going to just try to take that charge, a caffeine-fueled charge almost. Drifty gonna try to flank a little bit, try to take the unconventional route, maybe the scenic route, maybe try to take a couple pictures, do some sightseeing, but you've only got 45 seconds, so don't stick around too long. Ooh, I like that hit though. I like that hit. Yeah, no title may got the special artillery. Luau's throwing some mortars of their own right here.
Yeah, they're running out of time to actually do something. The
Barella
is going to stall for a little bit longer. This might be a problematic scenario because Drifty doesn't have long on the Rainmaker, and with it going down right there, that's not going to be a good position for Luau to recover from. They are going to get the pop, and they should be able to get the capture here. They're trying to take as much area control before they actually pick up the Rainmaker. They're gonna let the Junior have it.
They're running with it.
A couple specials. The Baller comes out, but the missiles are gonna drive them right back. Drifty not in a good position to use this Rainmaker effectively. Point Sensor coming out, going to find another couple of players as well.
Ooh, the
Ultra Hammer come out, and there might be something here. The Ultra Hammer is going to clear a path.
There we
go. Luau takes the lead in the last minute again. They're now one game away from winning Grand Finals.
The Ultra Stamp. There it is. Stamped, sealed, and delivered. UPS. 3 to 5 business days, says Luau. And now they really are one map away from taking it all.
And Luau just pulling out another last-second comeback again. And just like that, their aggressiveness pays off yet again. It did look like they were winning for most of that game if you covered up the scoreline. They kept finding the picks that were necessary to shut down all but one of No Title's pushes, and they were able to just have map control for a good while. They just couldn't get the push going until the end right there, where good special usage to push their way up came out, and then the finishing blow came in the form of that Ultra Hammer, as they took a little bit too much space for No Title to deal with, and set themselves up for a good position for the rest of the set.
I don't know. It looked pretty dominating on the side of No Title, as they were able to make the most out of their offensive pushes and just overwhelm Luau with defense at the right time. But the clutchness of either way, Luau came in clutch when they needed to, and no matter how you start, it really is how you finish that counts the most. But now we got Clams at the hotel. We must be in Monaco or something. Let's see if Luau can celebrate and start living the high life.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the sploosh get traded back out for that mini. I worry about range on this map for both teams specifically. We're going to be seeing the minis coming out again, as well as a personal favorite of mine, the custom dually squelchers. So they're going to have a little bit of extra range to deal with right there, especially given that you also have the Squeezer. But when the Squeezer's the last player alive, that's not the position you want to be in at all. They might be forced to use these bubbles as a defensive option. They do, and it doesn't even stop the power clam. They might not even stop the push coming after, as Drifty can't quite find all the members that they need to take out, and Luau, again, at an early deficit.
The long-range bomb followed by the follow-ups, protected by that Tentarella shield. Brilliant play from No Title, but the question is, can they follow through? Can they prevent Drifty from scoring a power clam and a pity clam, and can they go back on the offensive? Right now, the members of Luau are spread out. We know No Title is most effective when they're able to rally the enemy team together and just take them out all at once. But they're making it difficult, and they break the barrier. Throw little clams in there for good measure. We'll see where the other power clam is, if they've even activated the pity clam. No, it's still there, but they're down to 50. They are actually down to 50, and no, it doesn't look like they'll be scoring anymore, but that was a crazy push.
Yeah, no, full wipe coming out on the side of on Luau, so no title has more room to work with than they did last time they were able to score some. Missiles coming out, trying to take control of this basket from afar. The rain coming out from the CDS as well is going to help. They do have a lot of clams in this area. It's just going to be an issue of can they get it in, and it looks like the answer is going to be yes.
Yes.
A lot of players going down on the side of Luau. This could be a very big problem for them.
Ooh.
No title taking the lead.
Another power clam, it looks like.
It looks like they are going to try and super jump it in. Nobody has it quite yet. There it is. That should be the super jump in, but it's not going to get there in time.
Oh, but
And
they could at least.
Like that, Luau,
Yeah, no, they're not gonna score again. They're not gonna score again. Oh, but Luau is carrying something. I think they got 2 pity clams now, and they're looking to score as soon as possible because they want to take off as many of those penalty points as possible. Try to reduce the deficit a little bit. Try to balance the budget a little bit. Oh yeah, no, they're doing pretty well offensive. Actually, wait, no, they're going back and forth. They're going back and forth. No title is making some exchanges with them. They want to make sure they keep Luau as far away as possible, especially since they've got 2 power clams and a 3rd one on deck as soon as they get another one. But of course, once you pop the baller, you sort of discard all your clams. But 2 in there, that's good. With more clams able to be thrown in, and just that Brella just providing cover fire, and all it takes is 1 more, and Luau will be popping that champagne. They can settle in at the new Albacore Hotel because they have just won. I believe this is the 32nd edition of Swimmer Sync.
Swimmer Sync 31.
31.
I had to go look it up because
A week early. A week early, but still, they are the victors. Nonetheless, 4-1. No title looked like they had them on the second map, and maps 1 and 3 were down to the wire. So, of course, we cannot understate their performance. They did very, very well, but it looks like this time Luau just had the edge. They had the upper hand. They had all of the aces. That's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah,